Eileen, we know you have a great appreciation for the arts, theater, poetry, and painting.
Like, I love Van Gogh. I love to, in my dining room, I've got several of his prints. And I just love the way he's got the aura around the stars and the moon. It's like you see that. And he painted that. I mean, that's so hard, you know. Yeah. I mean, it's you feel something. It's not that a photograph isn't beautiful, but he has transformed that through who he is and has captured what that looks like. That just, to me, that's just phenomenal. It's like Rachmaninoff's concerto. You know what I mean? It's like, how did that get written? You know, how is that possible when you hear that? You know, to me, that's crashing surf and rocks, and you know what I mean. I have my own images when I hear certain pieces of music. There's actually passages where I have a video that goes off in my head that has nothing to do with reality. And it's interesting the way that works. I see my father where he was always out there on rocky points. He loved to fish, so he would be out there, and there'd be storms coming up, and the tide would be coming in, and the tide would come in behind him, and he'd be out on some rocky point, no way to get to shore, and he'd still be casting. He didn't care. We're all going, "Oh, he's gonna die! He's gonna slip off the rocks!" Everybody would be like on the shore, like, "Come back!" He'd be like there, not even paying a bit of attention, and it just to blow everybody's minds, you know. But that music, that intensity in that music, is that scene to me. You know,
well, do you think is that part of like expressing the unexpressible? And I mean, you can say that about music and you can say it about art, but can you say it about poetry? Because you are expressing something and you're expressing it with words. So, but are you managing to transcend the words by using the words? I guess that's really
right. Like how are you being able to touch somebody that understands it, whether they've been there or not? The best lines of my poem are not ones I've searched for, or words that I search for. I think the best lines are things that the line comes out, like, you know, in my head, and that's where the rest of the poem comes around the phrase. So most of the time, if I get a good inspiration or I see an image that does that, I know it's going somewhere, you know. So a lot of times I put it in the notebook that my husband put together for me. It's just like a beautiful day. You're looking, you know, at the sky and the clouds and everything. It's gorgeous. It's perfect. All of a sudden, a whole cloud pops up of blackbirds out of the cornfield, and they all move like they're dancing. Everybody makes a left at the same time, and it's just like, and it's like a symphony. It's like, how do they know? How are they doing that? It's just magic, you know, when you see that. Amy Loud just wrote a poem with Peppercorn Cloud. Isn't that a great?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that a great, you know? Right. And I have one that I wrote for Frank about that, and it was like, you know, birds scattered like black pepper over the cornfields or whatever. But you know, when I saw Peppercorn Cloud, I thought, oh, you know, a girl after my own heart, you know? And you just love that when you hear someone's line of poetry that just sticks to you. It's just like, wow, you know? So, and that's June King and I used to laugh all the time. I don't know if you remember June. Yeah. She's a short story writer. She used to teach at the Writers' Conference, fabulous poet. She was a member of Pennsylvania Poetry Society for years. But she used to say, you can only listen, you've got like a 3-second delay when you're hearing poetry or hearing anybody read out loud to you. So if you hear something, she says, that you love, and you stop and you go, wow, and you say, quiet as a sliver of moon, which is a John Brown poem, quiet as a sliver of moon. And you stop and you go, quiet as a sliver. And you know, I just missed the next 2 lines. So she said, and then all of a sudden you're trying to catch up. You're like, what? Hello, what? You know, and you're trying to be smooth, and you know you've missed something that's fabulous because you got stuck on some great line. And that's what she said. She said you can only, you know, you need to see the poems too.
There's a lot of times to say for
there's
that.
a lot to that.
I have that. I'm
you know, sometimes
concentrating on a beautiful line, and then all of a sudden
the ultimate is having it and listening to it. That's, you know, because then you can hear how they meant to say it and how they feel when they say it, and that. I love it when you can do that.
And you can go back.
Yeah.
Well, do you think it's better when somebody reads it ahead of time? I don't know.
I hear that person's voice in my head when I see
it. It can interfere.
Like when I read your stuff, I hear your voices.
Oh, because you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's so cool. And what inflection is there, you know? And I think that makes it special. You know, the road we travel to get where we all are now on the poetry scene, all the years that we've spent together, out there watching, different people grow up on the scene and things like that, And when I see the newspaper, I think of that newspaper that had the ad in it that said Poets Gathering at Media Borough Hall. God bless Beth Phillips Brown. She had put an ad in and just started people at Media Borough Hall. When I saw poets,
Did she start?
I was like, poets? You mean there's more of us? There's someone else?